Want to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles. Shalom to the hopeful elect.
Now, let me say something right quick. I think back on the African-American people in America. I think how that they were taken against their wills, put in the belly of ships, brought over here, beat, cussed. Many of them died in the guts of those ships, thrown overboard. They were pulled from families over there. You ain't never heard a gut-wrenching song. Do you hear a black person sing one of those old black Negro spirituals? Nobody knows. I can't sing it like that, see, because I hadn't experienced what they be. When you've experienced hell, it comes out of the voice. I said, when you experience hell, it comes out of the voice. If you're one of those people that you got problem with black people or whatever, you better shut your mouth, because they're God's people. You better hear what I'm saying to you. You better shut your white mouth. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows how they wound up over here, and God is going to reimburse the black people for all their trouble and all their labor. You watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peacefully with all men. But hold on. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. You see, the Spirit tells me that preacher was an Israelite. He may have thought he was a so-called white man, and even his ID may say he is one. But see, there's plenty of so-called white people that are really Israelites, and many thought to be Negro, Latino, or native descent, they are actually so-called white people. In that case, going with the Spirit, the Lord had it set up for that particular audience can hear the truth coming from a so-called white man that was actuality an Israelite. You see, he tells us to be at peace with all men as much as possible. Yet there is an ethnicity that he created that he calls the wicked, the son of perdition, the man of sin. And it just so happens to be the so-called white man, who is Esau Edom, Idumean. We're asking, is all white people wicked? Well, has all the so-called white people benefited off slavery? Slavery was going on for centuries before the Civil War came. Within those centuries, did the South or the North unite to free us? Listen, Deuteronomy 28:68 tells us that the Israelites will be put on ships to go into slavery here in America. And when we get off them ships, we will be sold to our enemies. Then in Luke chapter 1, it tells us that the Lord will redeem us from our enemies. So when we got off them ships, who was there auctioning us off to their people? The so-called white man. And listen, nothing has changed. Brother, we played sports together in high school. I shared my lunch with you a lot. We even hung out at the arcade and got money together. And all of that's understandable. But when things hit the fan, you have to choose a side. All of the same kind will flock to the same kind. Just because it's 2025 doesn't include what is written in these scriptures. The Lord calls you our enemy and that you are the wicked. So let's see if a brother from the 60s can help explain it.
White people have died in demonstrations for black people. Now, here's the position I'm in. Here's 10,000 whites coming to kill me. And in those 10,000, or let's say here's 10,000 rattlesnakes coming to bite me. And in those 10,000, there was 1,000 that didn't mean no harm. And I knew there was a good 1,000 snakes out there, but they all look alike. Now, what should I do? Should I keep the door open and let the 10,000 in, hoping that the 1,000 will unite and save me, and one bite will kill me? Or should I just be safe and shut the door? So we have white people say, I mean right. I have a black husband. Oh, my children are black. I love everybody. I really believe you. But I'm sorry, man, there's 10 more thousand behind you that don't feel that way. I'm just sorry, but what am I going to do?
You see that? It's the same as the Israelites. Not all of us were rebellious to the commandments, yet we had to suffer with them as a nation in all the captivities that we've been in. The names or the titles or the characteristics that we say towards our nationality and to other nations, they're biblical. These are the biblical names. So are all white people wicked? Well, Cassius Clay explained it. But the Lord created it, that Esau is the wicked. The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So any form of wickedness, Esau is the front runner of it. He make up the borders, the beginning, where it all stems from. Once he was allowed to rule, the wickedness multiplied. So not only are you as a people described as the wicked, the Lord said he hates you and has forever anger against you. And why is that? Why did he choose us? Well, ask him that. Ask him that when the roles are reversed, when we're in rulership and you're the slave, because we're just going by what's written and what's said. The book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Are you seeing what the Lord is saying about the so-called white man who is the wicked? Yes, Israelites are wicked too, but the so-called white man who is Esau, he can never be righteous. And guess what? He was rejected. You see, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. And with all due respect, that's like a child born with Down syndrome or autism. They will never be normal. And the Lord said, you will be liars. Are you still lying about the Lord being a white man and that you are the real Jew? Well, the Bible doesn't lie, and it's calling you a liar. So when the Lord was born, in which was a time when the so-called white man was ruling and had authority, did any so-called white man or woman try to stop Herod from the slaughterous genocide he did to my little brothers and sisters? No. Let's get it. I went on and pulled this up in the NLT so you probably can get a better understanding and how crucial this was. The book of Matthew chapter 2, verses 16 through 18. Herod was furious when he realized that the wise men had outwitted him. He sent soldiers to kill all the boys in and around Bethlehem who were 2 years old and younger, based on the wise men's report of the star's first appearance. Herod's brutal action fulfilled what the Most High has spoken through the prophet Jeremiah. A cry was heard in Ramah, weeping and great mourning. Rachel weeps for her children, refusing to be comforted, for they are dead. You see that? Now tell me if this isn't wicked. The same thing is going on right now, it's just in a different form. So back then, where were all the Negro lovers when this was taking place? You see, when we read these particular verses on how these nationalities treated us, it burns a fire in our soul. For the violence upon Jacob, the wicked will perish. So if the roles were reversed, will we have done those same things that the so-called white man did to us during this lifetime? No, we won't even be that wicked. Although it will be a righteous judgment when you are slaves in the kingdom. We don't want to see no child eaten by alligators or heads bashing against the brick wall. Those are wicked acts that you did to us, and the Lord is going to avenge us for that. So it doesn't matter if there are some decent so-called white people or not. The Lord said, prepare slaughter for the iniquities of your father. And that's Isaiah 14:21. Who is you today? Just regenerated back. So now that we've repented and given you the truth of the Bible, we've become an enemy of the state. He said we will be persecuted for this, and that's why we go all in with this truth. The Lord said the nation of Esau, who is the so-called white man, is the border of all wickedness, and he will judge you as a nation, not individually. Shalom.